We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air.
The woke mind virus represents a war on the truth, so we will wage a war on the woke. We will fight the woke in education.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds.
We will fight the woke in the corporations.
We shall fight in the fields and in the streets.
We will fight the woke in the halls of Congress.
We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob.
Yeah, a little
it is so sad.
Historical perspective on wars.
Well,
there are wars.
Hysterical perspective.
And there are wars.
Little hysterical perspective on this. It's so, there was a great profile piece of Ron DeSantis by Mark Leibovich. And it just talked about how everything seemed so sort of, contrived. That it was all just very contrived. And when he's going on and on, there will be, and he's trying to sound Churchillian, and he's talking about a war. Look, again, most Americans are going, huh?
What is this?
What? And he just keeps beating
It's like America's not Florida and that one little area in Florida, by the way, Ron DeSantis.
Yeah,
but
really
he
weird. continues
to brag about his efforts to fight woke. We've got a lot to get to this morning.
That is seriously so 2021.
Yeah, I guess
really
so.
Is.
Speaking of actual wars, we're going to have new reporting this morning on what is happening in Ukraine as Moscow is claiming its forces stopped a major attack that may be a part of Ukraine's long-awaited counteroffensive. Plus, new action is expected this week in the classified documents case against Donald Trump. It comes as the former president is being condemned for once again praising a murderous dictator. We'll dig into both of those stories and a look at the GOP hopefuls campaigning in Iowa as two more names are likely to join the field this week. Good morning and welcome to Morning Joe. It is Monday, June 5th. With us, we have the host of Way Too Early, White House Bureau Chief at Politico, Jonathan Lemire, the host of MSNBC's Politics Nation and president of the National Action Network, Reverend Al Sharpton is with us. We also have U.S. Special Correspondent for BBC News, Katty Kay, and the founder of the conservative website, The Bulwark, Charlie Sykes, with us
Charlie,
this morning.
let me go to you real quick. I mean, again, I've gotten to the point now. I mean, obviously, like a lot of people, I was concerned about the extreme wokeness, over the past several years, college campuses, people getting fired for saying things that should really have just started a debate. You could go on and on. People getting shouted down, the heckler's veto. Mm-hmm. But I'm at a point now, and I have been for about 6 months. If I get a newsletter and it says woke in the headline, I erase it immediately. It is the pet rock of 2023
it's
politics. It was a thing a couple of years ago. But when you have the head of Berkeley Law School, when you have the head of Yale, when you have the head of all of these elite universities going, come on, you guys have gone too far. Like, enough with the heckler's veto. Right. There has been a correction that Ron DeSantis, and by the way, when suddenly you have right-wingers saying racist things about Chick-fil-A and trying to cancel Chick-fil-A as being, quote, woke for basically talking about their devotion to Jesus Christ, they jumped the shark a long time ago.
No, by the way, I really love the juxtaposition of Winston Churchill and Ron DeSantis. Reminding us that Ron DeSantis is not Winston Churchill and cannot play one in this campaign. But there's no question about it. I mean, there are problems of illiberalism on university campuses, and this is something I've been writing about for 20 or 30 years. But Ron DeSantis is not really dealing with the illiberalism in American culture. He's basically just deploying a buzzword. I mean, a few years ago, the buzzword was cancel culture. Then they started talking about CRT, and they realized nobody knew what they were talking about. So now they've come up with this word, which has just become this it has become this sort of drone in the background, and I think it goes to what you were referencing Mark Leibovich's profile of Ron DeSantis, that there seems something sort of rote about the guy, something distinctly inauthentic, that somebody has handed him a card and said, say this word over and over and over again. You know that it's bad when even Donald Trump is saying that nobody knows what the word woke means. And to the heart of this, in terms of the substance, the fight for democracy is a fight for a liberal constitutional democracy. And that means pushing back against illiberalism. And there is illiberalism on the left. But what Ron DeSantis represents is illiberalism on the right, the use of government power to silence ideas that he doesn't like, to punish people who say things that he disagrees with. That is the ultimate illiberalism. And I think that's really the danger at the heart of this constant buzzword invocation by Ron DeSantis.
Well, and again, it's so old. The thing is, they don't realize. I say it's so 2021. I mean, if you read The Closing of the American Mind and the intro by Alan Bloom in 1986. In 1986. If you read Harold Bloom's introduction into the Western canon in 1986, he was daring the progressive left, the extremists, to try to cancel Shakespeare. I mean, they were talking about this. They've been talking about this for 40, 50 years, as you and I would agree, for good reason.
Right.
But now it's just like, it's very rote, it's very contrived, and I mean, it's just been beaten into the ground.